Hello, everyone. How you doing? My name is Troy Tiedemann. I'm with Christensen Financial. We are a local family-owned mortgage lender here in Altamont Springs, Florida. We do lend all over the state of Florida. We specialize in your conventional loans, purchase and refinance, FHA loans, construction to build. You name it, we can assist you with helping you with your mortgage needs. I'm here today with two great realtors. First one is Blake.
Hi, I'm Blake Blahut with Realty One Group.
And Richard.
And Richard Vaughn, Realty One Group.
And today we're going to talk about staging, what it does to help you sell your house, how to stage it.
All right, so we've been talking about this for a while. And really what happens now, obviously there's some different generations out there now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Baby boomer, millennial. I'm part of the younger version of the baby boomer, by the way, right?
Okay.
So it means some different things to different people, what they're looking for in a home. Like baby boomers are downsizing if they haven't already. So they're going to be selling their 4-bedroom homes to young buyers looking to upsize. So Blake, you have some ideas. What does the young move-up family think when they walk into this home where this family's been living there for 35 years? It's a 3-4-bedroom home. They've been living there for 35 years. What do they think when they walk into that home? And what are the millennials actually looking for?
Millennials, they really just want something that presents itself well. Something that's comfortable and just really have something that makes them something that ultimately they can see themselves living there long periods of time, because a lot of times the baby boomers bought the homes around the same age that the millennials are now. Mm-hmm. And the millennials are buying the baby boomers homes, and it's just like a cycle. And the ideal millennial home is a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house in some cases if they're already thinking about children, and really just something that it's neutral in terms of colors and just presentation.
Yeah. Cool.
Make it like real clean and streamlined, right?
Yeah, and let's just clarify, what is staging? I mean, people have different ideas in their mind, and staging is simply preparing the home for sale. That's all that it means. So a lot of times I see homes that have been lived in by families for decades, like I was talking about. It's just filled with amazing artifacts, artwork, furniture, and just all this cool stuff that they've gathered for all these decades. And the owners, it just happened to be a few weeks ago, the owners are proud of that stuff, man. They've had that stuff and they think it's wonderful. They're very sentimental about how they decorated the home, but the different generations feel differently about that when they come walking in. Like big cushion couches and chairs, dining room sets, credenzas. Most people today are looking for a more open kind of plan, a different type of place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that just one thing that sellers can really just in general can keep in mind is just decluttering a little bit, things that maybe they're not using or needing readily. Maybe they can put it in storage or even stash it in the garage or attic if they have one, and just make it to where people have a good idea of what the space is. People want to be able to walk into a house and feel like, okay, this is a good bedroom, I can see that, or this is a good room, I can feel, I could see my sectional going in here, and then my entertainment center will go right over there. Sometimes when people see a lot of clutter or just bigger, bulkier furniture, of course, oftentimes people are proud of those objects and those artifacts and things like that. Being able to actually come to the point where you're willing to kind of reduce the amount of things that you have in a room, it will make your house feel a lot more appealing to someone who actually walks in there.
Yep. And there's some ways to do that. There's some stats too. I mean, some people were skeptical. Those folks a couple weeks ago were real skeptical. Why should I do all this stuff? And here's some right here. 97% of buyer agents say it affects the buyer's view of the home. 90% of the homes staged prior to going on the market sell in 90% less time, which is a pretty wild statistic. Wow. And then on top of that, 58% of seller agents say that staging the home increases the dollar value of the home, actually. So you're just simply highlighting your best features, right?
Well, absolutely. And then just, I think that when you're staging it, it just also helps people give an idea of what they can do with the space. Because oftentimes, and I work with a lot of millennials who, they're coming from apartments. They often don't have a lot of furniture. So one of the very first things they do when they close is they look at furniture. So if you have a well-staged home, sometimes it can even give them some inspiration of what they can use that particular space for in each part of the house.
Yeah, exactly. Each part of the house has to have a purpose when you walk into it. It just shouldn't be this nebulous space with all your stuff in it. And don't forget the yard. And don't forget the front door area. The front door We're standing there as a realtor, and we're standing there, we're fumbling with the key, and these people are standing at the front door, looking at the yard, looking at the door, looking at the doorknob, that kind of stuff. That's the biggest spot that they spend. That's their initial view of the home. So you just got to remember that, staging is less expensive than your first price reduction. When you start thinking about, maybe I got to spend a couple of $1,000s. If you got to come down 5%, 2% on the house, that's costing you some money. So you might just want to get it up front and get rid of the house, man. Let's get rid of it fast for a good price.
Oh yeah, and I agree, and I think just the saying that I have is, presentation is everything. If a house presents itself well, and then of course, being priced appropriately, it'll sell very quickly. It's a very active market. Staging, I think, is a worthwhile investment because the stats show it sells faster, it sells for more money, and ultimately, it's just the seller doesn't feel like they're giving much because they don't have to have a reduction 30, 50, 60, 90 days later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Or 6 months later.
Or 6 months later.
Or we're redoing or renegotiating the listing because the place didn't sell after 6 months. And then, of course, we also have, when somebody goes with us, when somebody agrees with Blake and I at Realty One Group, we have a 21-point checklist for what you need to do to prepare your home for sale. So that's a very helpful, and that really helps our sellers. So really, if they want to sell their home for more money as fast as possible and with less hassle, contact us, man. That's what we do.